We're here live at Law Nation Studios, home of the Dallas Cowboys. Let's get it. DC for life, not for short. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. We're going to talk about what Jerry Jones had to say about the quarterback, Micah Parsons. We're going to dive into some power rankings, if that's okay with you, and more updates. Let's go. Be sure on your way in to smash the like button. Let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. That's including the ice wall, baby. Now, come on. As the room fill up, be sure, Cowboy Nation, to do those things. Sharing is caring. The phone lines will be open as well. Shout out to you, East Camden, for life. The first person that's in here. Let's get it. Oh, we're going to talk about the Rams as well. Did you guys get a chance to see that game last night? Jimmy Garoppolo, Matthew Stafford. Come on. Hall of Famer Matthew Stafford, right? That's what people said. He's a Hall of Famer now, right? Debo. Yeah, he did his thing too. Come on. Come on. What's up, everybody? Let's get it. Appreciate you guys for the wait. And as we talk about this, Cowboy Nation, it's a situation that normally, you know, it's the second day of the week, well, third day, however you want to look at it, is Tuesday, right? We get a chance to dive into some film. We get a chance to go over some tape. I got a chance to see Donovan Wilson go at it at all types of angles out there. Shout out to Donovan Wilson. Shout out to Parsons. Shout out to the entire defense. Izzy. That would probably be my next video. We'll go into details of Izzy, Dayron Bland. All this year, I haven't done a video independent for my guy Trayvon Diggs. So maybe I would do Trayvon Diggs from week one all the way up until this point. We are 4 games in right now, and the Cowboys are 3-1. Not 1-3, but we are 3-1. And if you listen to certain crowds of people, you would think that we are 1-3, but no, we are 3-1. And I think that, you know, the power rankings, we'll go deep into that. We got a team from the NFC East that's in the top of the tops of power rankings. You can put that team down below and let me know what the name of that team is if you want to go that way. But it is what it is. We can't overlook this week for right now. The focal line, the focal point of this conversation should be the Dallas Cowboys versus the Rams, right? But it's still Tuesday, and we can't finish up this day until we get the final word, right? And it falls right on the best day, on Tuesday. So I can't wait to talk to my guys later on tonight, the final word. And I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say in the comment area. You know, Big Game James and Boss Cowboy and the OC. But neither here nor there. Let me do this once again. Let's pull up this crazy chart line right here. The Philadelphia Eagles, they're 4-0. The Vikings 3-1. The Rams are now 2-2. Right, that may move them down in that slot right there. It's not updated, by the way. But Tampa Bay, this is from yesterday, so it's not updated. But quickly, just remove the Rams from this conversation. Our Cowboys, believe it or not, this upcoming weekend, We win, Philly lose, we'll be in number one spot. How about that, huh? That's how crazy this league is. And I tell people all the time, you do not want to peak in September. You don't want to even peak in October, right? You just want to build that steam up enough to get things moving, right? Niners D still look good. This is from Ill Machine. I think that doggone, is it D'Amico Ryans? That brother right there, boy, he's calling up and dialing up a good defense. He will be a situation, a scenario by the end of this year or next year for sure. People will be picking up the phone to have him to be a head coach somewhere. And he's not that old, by the way. He's one of the younger defensive coordinators out there. And the game plan against the Rams, baby, it was just that. They blitzed. They normally don't blitz. They sent the house. I think that you can corral and chase and hit Stafford, get him off of his marker. Keep in mind, Stafford led the league in interceptions last year. I think, looking back at it now, he's on pace to try to reclaim that throne of being the interception leader. But before we get too far down the line, let's listen to, is he Grandpa Jerry now? You know, old man Jerry, put the 105.3, the fan flag up right quick. And we're going to listen into this. I fast-forwarded. This interview is about 25 minutes long. I don't have enough time to go through the entire interview, so we'll just listen in to some of what Jerry Wayne and things have to say.
And, all right, the entire country is tuning in. They're waiting. All the media websites and the writers. What can you tell us this morning about Dak's hand?
Well, I know that it's better. And I know that
what's up, William Williams?
He's going to go out there every day and make progress toward being able to grip the ball. I don't know that you could ask for better news, technically, physically, and how it's responding, how it's healing, so to speak.
Healing.
And so all of those things are on go, and I don't know that as we go bid bye to each day, if considering the injury, considering the location of the injury, I don't know that you could make any more progress. And there's some things here about healing that, again, I often say only the man upstairs knows how that works.
Right.
But he'll have a big week, and he'll be hard on himself getting it ready to go.
Is he able?
All right. The thing is, bones are unique. It's harder to break a bone multiple times. Bones, when they heal, they come back, they heal up harder than what they were previously, right? And the only thing that you will probably have issues with is scar tissue, where they had the surgery at, and can you get weight with the swelling? If the pain is there, I think they got all type of Toradol and a whole bunch of other stuff that can alleviate pain, right? And then pain threshold is something that you will have to go through. But the grip is everything, right? And if you don't have a grip, then what are we talking about here? You know, Dak Prescott this week, he will have to go through the practicing. They will practice. I think open practice will be tomorrow to the media. And he got to go through that, you know, gripping the ball, slinging the ball around. And if you didn't like Dak Prescott accuracy before the thumb, you can only imagine what it would look like after the thumb injury, right? That's me just being 100. Put the butter knife down, baby. Don't shank me with it. The grip is everything. Ain't that right, King? King Element is in the chat. The grip is everything. If you think I'm lying, get a car with some slick tires, you know, and try to hug that corner. Sure, you be off in the ditch. We'll be talking. That Lambo looked good, didn't it? Didn't have the grip. Didn't have the handles, baby. So those are things that you would have to pay close attention to. Shout out to you. Oh, my God. Jay Lombardi says Dr. Jara Jones, M-Day. Oh, my gosh. Shout out to you, Scott. It says Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush And can't wait for the final word is from my guy, Andy Jones. Let's listen to more what they have to say.
That's all I can say.
Is he able to grip the football now?
No, not well enough to play.
Not well enough to play.
Is there a difference between how Cooper's playing versus how Dak played in 2016?
Well, I think that they played. They didn't beat us. They don't beat you. They play within the design of the play, and they're good at it. They both are very, very intelligent and know the offense, know what the play and what it can do. So they certainly execute the plays well. And in Cooper's case, he's getting the most out of how the play is designed. And then I think you're seeing him, just like you did Dak, I think you're seeing Cooper execute and do things that he does really well.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you see in Dak. Dak did it a little more with legs that first year, and the year you're talking about, than Cooper does. But Cooper can tuck it up and run as well.
Cooper.
But the point is that both of them really, the comparable would be how well they know the offense, how hard they're working, and how good they are at executing that play. Mm-hmm. He's changing plays when he goes up to that line. He's getting them in the best shape to make a play. All of those things are similar.
All right, so he's talking about the similarities of it. One thing I can tell you that I think that Cooper Rush have a more of a control of the offense than Dak Prescott had in 2016. Right, let's not be fools around here and say, yeah, man, Dak had a full control of the offense. No, it was run. It was, hey, when Scott Lanahan or Callahan, whoever was at the time, called the play in, whoever it was, they ran the play, which was designed for them to do. Especially the philosophy was putting the ball in the belly of the running back. And then, of course, Dak Prescott showed you on the one-on-one plays that was deep down the field. He can make them. Look at the Pittsburgh Steelers game, right? Also, we got to contextualize this. This is not like Cooper Rush is a rookie out there. He's been in the league for a long time for right now as a backup. So he got a chance to be in the same system. How long he been in the league? What year he came to the league? Somebody help me out. And especially in this system. And another thing I got to bring forth to you guys. Hear me out. Put the butter knife down. Please do. There's no way you can compare the 2016 defense of the Dallas Cowboys to this team defense. There's no way. You can't compare the two. One can literally argue that if you pick up this defense and move it to the 2016, I'm talking about also the defensive coordinator, and there's no way we lose in the playoffs. There's no way. There's no way that you can look at this defense now, what we got going on now, and say, all right, it's the same. So that's another thing that we have to contextualize too. So if you put in the magical run of the youthfulness of Ezekiel Elliott's leg plus what Dak was doing in 2016 and add the defense, come on, baby. There's a whole different situation and scenario, right? Come on, baby. Let's be real. Night and day. But I get it. People love comparisons. And I tell you all the time, the beautiful people that's watching right now, comparisons is the robber of all joys. When you start comparing things, you just get all mixed up into the sauce. But let's listen to more. My guy Jay Lombardi says, Jerry is pushing P. Hey, you guys do me a huge favor. We made it to 100 watchers. Can y'all all do me a huge favor and hit that like button? Just help a brother out with the algorithm.
Jerry, do you remember when you all made the decision that you weren't going back to Romo during that run? And how would that decision-making process apply here, if applicable?
Well, it was really different in that you had maybe as many as 9, 10, 11 games, and you really had a team on a long roll, and the team had evolved and gotten better and better, and so you had the big word of, boy, don't mess with something that's working as well as this.
Don't touch it. It's hot.
And of course, the team was following Dak, and as well as our fans, and but the team was really into Dak, and so you really were changing momentum. And right now, you're seeing it build after these 3 ball games, but you don't have the tenured success that you had when you made the decision about whether to go with Dak or Romo. But Romo was playing outstanding, though. He had practice. He was vintage Romo. And so it made it a head-scratcher because of how well Romo was healthy and he was playing outstanding. And again, as I've mentioned so far, we took Dak into the playoffs with a top team. And all the other top teams had great, experienced, recognized quarterbacks.
Now, I'm on record saying that the Cowboys should have in 2016. And we can't put the toothpaste back in the tube at this point. It's water under the bridge, right? They could have in 2016 after the Eagles game. They gave Dak Prescott the start of that game, right? And then I think somewhere down the line they inserted Tony Romo, and he went down the field and scored a touchdown. That was his last drive in the Cowboys uniform. I actually got it somewhere on my YouTube page. And he went all the way down there and scored a touchdown. I think it was to Terrence Williams or someone. And that was his last drive. And I was on the table saying, hey, banging the table like, when we get into the playoffs, I'm greedy. There's never been a rookie quarterback to win you a Super Bowl, right? I was telling people, hey, at this moment, let's just put in Tony Romo because he got the experience. And that's when I was telling people a new broom can sweep the floor good, but that old broom can get those corners. And when you get into a game like that, you should hand the keys over to the guy that knows those corners. But the Cowboys went with the youth and they went with the inexperience aspect of it. But to save all what we have to say about this, when you look at the numbers and the stats, we didn't lose because of the quarterback numbers and the stats. Where in the hell was the defense? And of course some questionable calls, but the defense disappeared on us. Before you know it, it was like 25 to nothing or 28 to something. It was a kind of crazy number. They were blowing the hell out of us, But our defense never got a chance to stop the nosebleed. And here we are. We're still talking about that moment. Shout out to you, Sadiq with Charles. Appreciate you so much for your donation. Get those likes up, Cowboy Nation. And y'all already know what to do. Let's listen to more of this.
Not quarterbacks in their rookie year. And so we were the only ones in the tournament with a quarterback in his rookie year. So it was something you had to give a lot of thought to.
So is there an amount of games or a record or a win streak that would change the plan this year?
No.
No.
No. I think we've, as I see it right today.
Jerry McCarthy yesterday said, we want to get Dak a full week of prep before we put him back out there. Besides gripping the football, what would that all include?
Well, it would include getting a lot of reps with the first unit. It can include going through practices and seeing serious, not serious, it's all serious, but just seeing what you deal with in your meetings during the week. You'd take that to the practice field and see it practiced on the practice field. Mm-hmm. Dak Prescott may be the best that I've been around of taking what he gets in a game plan and a meetings and preparation in the meeting and taking it to the practice field. And then he may be the best that I've seen taken from the practice field into a game. That's the process that I'm sure Mike was referring to. We need to have that process before we have him in a ball game.
And based upon, sorry, go ahead.
And eliminate the week's work and be ready to go, especially not at quarterback.
And based upon all of that, it would look like he would definitely miss this Rams game based on that. Would you say that?
Well again,
get him, Jerry.
We haven't. Yesterday was the day off, and so my point is, we're just starting the week. Let's see how the week goes.
I love it. He said, let's see how the week goes. He finishes sentences so quick. And did you guys get what he said, like far as dialing up the information through the week and then putting it into practice, and then from practice putting it into the game plan? It goes back to the game plan, the formula, the philosophy that I've been preaching and teaching over here. Not preaching as a preacher, but telling you guys, because I don't want people to get me confused to being a preacher. I'm not a preacher. But what I'm telling you guys is that the Dallas Cowboys, if they go back to the philosophy and the formula of running the ball, so many people get confused with yards versus attempts. But what we're trying to do is play chess and not checkers. We got to have those pawns out there. And if they are going to be equivalent to the attempts, then it's necessary. Because what I want to do is have a loaded box, to have someone, right, to try to stop the run at all costs and leave my wide receivers with cushion, one-on-one to the outside, with one control and one safety. Regardless of progressions of a quarterback, most quarterbacks, and it should be all, read from high to low. But when you have too high, the concept is totally different. But when you see that single high, boy, you can do some manipulation for the nation if you know for sure you're about to throw that ball. Let's get it.
But this all is a good problem to have, isn't it?
Yeah, there are no bright lines here, guys. You're looking for a bright line, rightfully so.
Right.
And we all want it to add up. 1 and 1 is 2, but there's not a bright line here. But what you can't do is, because you've got an ambiguous line here as we deal with an evolving Dak, then at the same time you've got to be bright lined when it comes to getting rush ready.
Sure. Jerry Jones here on The Fan. This isn't really on the same subject, but Dak last week said something I love, Jerry, when we were talking about what could he possibly learn from rush. Mm-hmm. And he said, I have noticed how simple the game can be, and I can't wait to get back out there and apply that. And I love that he was willing to continue to learn and admit something like that. Have you talked to Dak about that, or what can you add to what that means in terms of what he's picked up while being out?
Well, I have not talked to Dak about that. I saw the same quote you saw.
Yeah, we saw that.
That is vintage Dak Prescott. He is always, it seems like every day, all the way, finding more to help his team, help his game. That's his body language. That's the way he is.
Yeah.
And he's continually knowing. And you can tell by being around him, he just knows there's a bunch out there that he needs to get that he doesn't know and that he can bring to the table. That's a big part of what you are when you're around Dak Prescott.
You should always continue to grind and see the game from a different perspective, right? I mean, those who we're seeing it right now manifesting itself into even what Cooper Rush. Somebody said he's been here for 5 to 6 years now. So when you are the backup, you got the vantage point to see things from a different perspective, right? And normally, when you look at the sidelines, the backup quarterback and the quarterback, they're having communications, right? They're talking amongst each other, going over things. Like from my vantage point, I can clearly see that I have a coffee cup down here, right? You guys can't see it. But when I lift it up, you see, oh, there's a coffee cup. From the vantage point of the backup quarterback to the quarterback, he may see things like, hey, there's a little tendencies that safety does, right, when they're blitzing, right? Look at the way his feet are slanted. Look where he lined up on the hash. When you go back to that look, do this and do that. And the craziest thing, right, is how people perceive good advice could be, right? Or how people perceive how success is. And success is relative, right? Some people will say it's not, but it's relative. Because it's strange. In 2016, a third of the people were saying, hey, Dak was good because Romo was in his ear. Or Mark or Mike, whatever his name, Sanchez, it's Mark Sanchez, right, was in his ear. But now they perceive that Cooper Rush is only good because he's Cooper Rush and not Dak Prescott is in his ear, nor the quarterback coach or anyone else. It is the perception that, hey, he is only doing this all by himself and not the defense. See, the perceived value of things. On one end, this guy was only good because of someone was in his ear in 2016. And now it's the inverse, that this guy is not good because he is just doing this all by himself. That is perceived value, right? But success is relative, and we would never know. That's why I sit back and I observe. I give my observation for the nation. Let's get it. Let's get it, baby. False narrative is what Tony is saying. Yeah, the false narratives of the situation, right?
Jerry, one of the things we questioned, I thought the season was over when Tyron went down. And here you are. Steven came on the station. He goes, y'all wanted us to address it. We drafted a left tackle. Are we talking about Tyler Smith enough in terms of giving him credit for the start to the season he's had?
Well, you are pointing it out. You're talking about him,
yep.
And not too much, but you're putting an emphasis on it, and it should be there. It's very special, that rookie coming here from Tulsa and play the way he's playing. And that was a big challenge this weekend.
It was.
That front of Washington's is a mess. And so you should be giving him the accolades that he's receiving. And, of course, the point is, and he would, he's getting better every snap.
Yes.
And that's what happens. And the coordination between him and the other guys, the other people that are in the offensive line, and, if you will, the running back and tight end, all of that is gaining on it. So we should, every time we get a game out of him, we just almost can watch him grow.
Yep.
And so, and he's got the talent.
Jerry, before we let you go, next opponent is the Rams. We liked what we saw last night, even though it was against another NFC team we know around here. Were you able to catch the game? And what were your thoughts on checking out L.A. against San Fran?
I watched the replays. I watched the game later.
Okay.
And I had some work to do during the game for the most part. But still, I watched the play later.
Okay.
And, of course, both those are the teams. I thought last year we had a chance to and could compete against those teams. We didn't get it done against San Francisco last year. I hope we get a chance to put this team up against them when it really counts in the playoffs. But those are two teams that you should watch. You should have your eye on them because somehow we got to get by them to get where we want to go.
And then, Jerry, the Tolo question of the morning.
All right, so that is that, and let me get Jerry up off of here, man. Appreciate you, Jerry Jones. Let's give a round of applause to Jerry Jones. You know. Good call from him, right. And shout out to 105.3 The Fan. Come on, Jerry, I got to get you up off the screen, baby. All right, and let me share this link, and then I'll talk about that game that I have on the screen there. And the game got me taking a shot Wednesday because I had the doggone Rams winning that game, but it is what it is. All right, here we go. That's the link to the entire audio. It's about 25 to 30 minutes long, and you can listen to that full clip of Jerry Jones talking to Sean and RJ on 105.3 The Fan. Shout out to those guys over there, and I hope all is well with them. Let's continue to help them grow their YouTube pages as well as their podcast and the website there. So shout out to them for allowing me to use that clip there. All right, so with that being said, let's click back over to we're going to talk rankings, and then we're going to talk we're going to talk about this, and then we're going to talk rankings. The score was 9-24. And what hit me, I was talking to my brother, and I said, you know what? Jimmy Garoppolo was 16 for 27 for 239 yards. One tub, 100 QBR, whatever you. He didn't get sacked. And I looked at the rushing attempts. Yeah, they didn't do 30 rushing attempts or more, but they did just enough. They're 18 carries, and I don't know their formula or philosophy. But I do know that the 49ers have a good defense, right? And I looked at this 16 for 27, and I said, that is right where I want Cooper Rush to be at. I think that his completion percentage, I'm greedy. I want him to be 20 for 27, not 16 for 27. But 230 yardish, I would take that. 6 reception for Samuels, for 115 yards out of 7 targets. He only dropped the ball once. He averaged 19.2 in one tub. And Brandon Ayuk, he helped him where he needed to get in. And where that tight end at? Yeah, that tight end did a wonderful play as well for 35 yards down the seam. They barely used their tight end here, George Kittle. But from an offensive perspective, I think that we can go blow for blow with the 49ers, right, with what we got. I could truly see that the Cowboys can roll out the same or similar plan that the 49ers did against the Rams. And this score could be similar, 24 to 20, maybe 7, and we can hold the Rams to 1 touchdown. I think that the Rams, when you look back at the tape, they throw them the ball for 48 times is good luck for us. You know what I'm saying? Because I know for sure if they throw the ball for 48 to 50 times almost, that this ratio is going to be worse, right? He was sacked 7 times. This Matthew Stafford, the Hall of Famer Matthew Stafford, by the way, And I think if we can force that team to target, they're going to get their targets. Look, Cooper Kupp, 19 targets, 14 receptions, 122 yards. He may get his. But if we can force them to do that and abandon the run, it's a win-win for us, baby. Flat out. And he got some yards of this down the line, and it was some garbage time and a whole bunch of other stuff. But Matthew Stafford fumbled the ball. He threw a pick 6. I truly believe that our defense, the Dallas Cowboys defense, can rally, hit, chase, and do the similar things that the 49ers just did. Greenlaw had 15 total tackles. God, dog! 15 of them, 12 solos. Fred Warner, 9 total tackles, 6 solos. I think that we got some guys that's comparable to Fred Warner, right? Comparable as it relates to what my dog can do, Parsons. But I don't think that across the board. I've seen somebody in the chat earlier said that, yeah, man, Brad Sham says LVE been doing a solid job. Yeah, he can fill gaps. That ain't LVE's problem. He can fill the gap. I like that part of it. It's the hook to the flats that I'm having issues with. If you go back, let's look back at this. Look back at this one more time. Greenlaw, Fred Warner, and then Lenore, he is a DB or what have you. But what I'm saying is the linebackers are leading in tackles. We're not going to get that from our team. It's going to be Hooker is going to be my guy, Hitman. And they coming from a deeper level than the linebacker level. We need more speed on linebackers. Newsflash, I'm not picking at LVE, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, Dre Maddox says Twin Maker was feeling himself with that Nick Bosa post, See, Nick says 12 solos. Damn, yeah. That's speed at linebackers, dog. Let me just go back. And shout out to the Laws, Greenlaw. Shoot, I thought that he was available in the free agency. I was saying Cowboys, hey, won't you pick up the Laws, But neither here nor there. He's a 40-winer or 49er, But it is what it is. 12 solos, double-digit solo tackles. That ain't nothing to sneeze at. But what allows you to play that way? Oh man, how in the world they get up here? Come on, get out of here. God, dog, man, they always come in here and spoiling the party. Get out of here. Those bots, man. So what I do when those bots come, because they kind of spoil the moment for you guys. When the bots come, I try to go to subscriber mode only. I had like 4 or 5 people reach out to me and said, hey, man, the subscriber mode, you just trying to get subscribers. No, I like to have the illustration for the nation up here, right? And if I have bots and check out cheeks.com, it's not going to work good for my people over here on the other platforms that we cross post to. So at this moment, if you are subscribed to the nation, you would be able to continue to chat with us, okay? Because of the bots. Once the bots get here, it's over with. All right. So you guys bear with me. Hail Mary. And I'm going to go to subscribers mode only. Real ones only. That's what I call it. Real ones only, baby. And that is the reason why. That is the reason why, because of the bots, unfortunately, of that. And we're going to set it to at least 1 minute, okay? So if they got to post something, they got to at least subscribe now, So no free services to cheeks.com and whatever they trying to say you go to. All right. So appreciate y'all so much for the understanding. They're not real, right? So that's why. And that's why I say the real ones only. So let's get back to this. All right. They let me lose my train of thought a little bit. Okay. This guy right here, remarkable. I think that we got a guy similar to what he's doing this year, and his name is Donovan Wilson. Both of those guys, remarkable. I played with my brother about this, and I said, man, when did they get Troy Polamalu again? They got Troy out here that reincarnated himself as it relates to football world into this dude right here. They both from USC, and he's been having a hell of a year. But this is what my brother had to say. He says, he's the twin maker. We're going to do a show together on Wednesday night. He said, Law Nation, tell your boy number 11 to keep on working. And it's because of Nick Bosa. Y'all see what he's doing? Nick Bosa, through week 4, ranks PFF with 30 pressures along. That's a lot of pressures, baby. Sheesh. That's a lot of, God, dog, 30 of them already. Woo, that's good. 6 sacks, 10 hits. That's first. Pass rush win rate, 29.3%. That's first. Pass rush productivity, 15.5. That's first. And Harry's, he's in second place. Defensive player of the year through 4 weeks for my money. So in order, like, I know different rules, right, for different type of players. And my dog, in order for Parsons to get defensive player of the year, he's going to have to at least get 2 interceptions with the production that he's bringing to the table. That's just the bottom line. 2 different positions, though. And by him getting 30 pressures, though, that is remarkable, because just to contextualize it from last season, the Cowboys the defensive edges guys along had just above 30. It was just small numbers. Parsons ended up finishing out the season, last season, because he's not rushing every down, with 69 pressures, right? Or 67, close to that number. I'm just going off the top of my head. So if the Cowboys, for what we're doing collectively, I love it. I love the rotations. I love what we do with bringing in multiple guys that can rally, hit, chase, and get to the quarterback. But I get it. If it's a Defensive Player of the Year deal, in order for Parsons to get it, he got to get at least 2 interceptions, or maybe 1 and make it a pick six or something like that, or a scoop and score as far as a fumble pickup. Because if you're looking at, it's no classification for Parsons. There's none. There's none, because there are people that understand football, and there will be people, and I'm not saying my brother, I know my brother understands football, right? And this was just him picking at us because he is a 49er fan. That's just what they going to do. They going to pick at us, right? But to really contextualize everything is that there will be a ton of people that will only look at the stat sheets, and they would only internalize or only know Parsons from their mindset or their knowledge of football as an edge rusher, not as a hybrid linebacker / edge rusher. And the rulings for the people who probably, I don't know who really do the voting for Defensive Player of the Year, but 9 times out of 10, it could be a beat writer or it could be a writer or something, a scrawny guy with glasses on who probably didn't play the game himself, and who's going to just probably look at the stats and be like, hey, he don't warrant it, the Defensive Player of the Year, because he's not doing what Bosa do, right? And that's just how it goes, unfortunately. But that is the reality. But styles make fights, and I don't care. As long as we winning, and as long as he can make the impact like he can make the impact, I'm good with it. Are you guys agreeing with me? Where did I find that Commander song from? Law, this from my guy Chef Mac. Shout out to you, fam. It was from a guy page on Twitter called Ron Smith. He was on Twitter, and he kind of reposted that Commander song. I don't know if I didn't clear the song. I don't know if I can play it now. Hell, I play it now, they probably get mad and try to copyright me. But I just go to my Twitter page or go to my Instagram page, and you'll see the song there. But it is funny. But neither here nor there. Another thing that I want to bring up, power rankings. And then we'll open up the phone lines. The power rankings for the Dallas Cowboys, to know that we are in some categories top 10, that's a good feeling, right? It's a feel-good situation after 4 weeks, for crying out loud, the Cowboys being 3-1. But the power rankings are also subjective, right? And trust me, let's pull this up. So on one hand, the power index for this particular Yahoo Sports article, they got Buffalo Bills number 1. On this list, they got the Philadelphia Eagles, number 2, Kansas City Chiefs, Green Bay, Miami, the Baltimore Ravens, Tampa Bay, and then we have the Dallas, and then you can't see the 49ers and Los Angeles. Let me save it. Let me see if I can save it, and I can pull up the whole thing for you guys. Give me 1 second here. We'll build a plane while it's in the air. Let's do that. Boom, 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 bam. There we go. Then I can control it right here. And then you slide up right here. You see the San Francisco 49ers and the Rams. Like I said, this is all subjective. Just because you top 2, top 3 doesn't mean that you're going straight to the Super Bowl and not looking back for multiple years. But lo and behold, we do play the LA Rams this week. Right? This is a situation whereas we can still solidify our greatness, right, as the Dallas Cowboys from the point of view of opinions. But neither here nor there. That's just that one power ranking. And maybe there's an article attached to it. They give us details about it. But there's another power ranking. From Bleacher Report, they got their writers over there. And I'm seeing the Denver Broncos at Power Index number 18. Last I checked, I thought that team had a shoe-in to win the Super Bowl. Not saying that they're not. Or a shoe-in of being the best team in the National Football League during the offseason, right? Because they went and got the quarterback. They went and got this guy. They went and got that guy. And lo and behold, the Dallas Cowboys record without our starting quarterback is better than theirs. They're ranked 18th, by the way. And they lost to a game against a team that never won the game, right? The Raiders. But it was a divisional game. And they snuck out for one against the 49ers any given Sunday. Let's throw down 10K. They 17. They 2-2. Let's throw down. The New York Fighting Giants, they're 16, right? That's just what it is. Oh, the Cards. The Cards do this weekend. Let me know, is it possible for this weekend? Hear me out. Do the Cards play the Philadelphia Eagles this weekend? Can somebody let me know? Let me know in the chat. Do the Cards play the Philadelphia Eagles this weekend? Because I haven't. Yeah. I'm awake? Yes. Okay, Cowboys Sports Report. Appreciate you. Yep. So, with that being said, it's any given Sunday. We all know it's any given Sunday. Let me pull this back up again. Their total power ranking index has got them at 15. Put a placeholder on where they at, and we will find out. We'll find out what's going to happen this weekend. All right, Dallas Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys, we are ranked 14th. We got a 3-1 schedule. Oh, not schedule, but 3-1 record. Pardon me. Last week, they said we was ranked 15th. Well, last week with the Cards, they were ranked 20th. Okay. And we slide all the way down. And these foolery, they put the Jacksonville Jaguars in front of us. Last week, they was ranked 10th. Now, the Jags, they played against the Eagles. They jumped up 14-0 on them. And I look back at the game. It looked like Trevor Law, he was playing basketball with the football. And Jalen Hurts, he was putting the ball in the belly of Sanders. And they played a complete game on the defensive side, creating the fumbles and running the ball in the monsoon. I'm not going to dog Jalen Hurts too bad about that. But if the weather and the field conditions, is that a home game or away game against the Cards? Because the Cards, they're a sneaky team. And if anybody know how to play a quarterback that can roll out and move around, will be the Cards, right? That's who they practice against every single day. It's an away game for is in Arizona. Cards that this is all good setup for us. Oh my gosh, it's a good setup. It's a good setup for my Cowboys, right? Because we gonna go back to this power index, and they got them at 15, and they got us at 14. Pay attention, y'all. All right, let me slide all the way down. The Los Angeles Chargers, they're number 12. Okay, we're not going to give no analysis on that. They beat the Houstons, and the craziest thing about this, let me put some dirt on this Justin Herbert. He's 1-7 against winning teams. Since y'all want to pull up, hey, these type of quarterbacks are the best thing since sliced bread. They beat up the Houston 34-24. That's what he's supposed to do. When they did that to the Houston, all I can sit back and say, man, shout out to my dog Eastside Harold, because week 1 he was all in the chat. And let me just double check. Eastside, you in here, dog? Where you at, dog? Because I haven't seen you since week 1, right? And you jumped in a little bit when we was talking to Bad Dog Sports, and you was talking about the Astros. You want to bring up baseball, but that's okay. Let me know. Well, did anybody Can anybody point out Eastside? Because that's my dog, man. You my boy. You my guy, dog. Where you at, Eastside? But week 1, he was all up in here. He was talking left and right, The armpit was speaking. I call it Houston, the armpit. That's where they at. Shout out to the Houston Ballers out there, baby. I'm good. He's not okay? Okay, all right. We're going to leave him alone.
He needs some milk.
All right, man. We're going to leave you alone, Eastside, man. Okay, because we got to play the Houston this year. And okay, I can't wait to see the Houston. They haven't won a game. They tied a game. They haven't won a game. And then the Rams, they're 11th ranked in this power index. Shout out to the Rams. The 49ers, they 10th. That defense is something real. Let me see where they at, because they haven't allowed a touchdown in the first half. That's some good stats right there. Let me see where they ranked at, because I don't think the official update. Yeah, they had to be number 1 defense. I said, man, that defense terribly good. Offense sham, but they got the number 1 defense. They have the. Let me see if I can pull up my Cowboys, man. They had the audacity to put us at 16th, but let me see where we at. Come on, baby, y'all help us out. Come on, where we at? The updates ain't until Wednesday. Okay, they updated a little bit today, so we the 8th. We the 8th ranked defense, 25th ranked offense. Our offense is better than the 49ers, right? All right, so we're 15th ranked overall. We right in the middle of the pack. And let me use the L.A. Rams, because we're going to play them. They had the number 1 defense last year. Where they at? Tied for the 5th, and they got the 19th ranked offense. It should be a similar game. But the Rams will be at home. They should be more comfortable. But one can argue that our home is in L.A. as well. So we will find out. Let's move on. Baltimore Ravens, they're 9th ranked. They dropped the spot. Cincinnati Bengals. Did we beat the Bengals? Y'all let me know, did we beat the Bengals out there, man? I am awake. Look, let me give y'all some praise right quick. Let me give y'all a little praise. Let me see. I think you guys are the overall on, according to Pro Football Focus, overall. Let me see where y'all at on the defense. Oh, snap. Y'all got the 2nd ranked defense and the first overall. Your offense dropped. You had the first offense, so your offense dropped. You see your special teams at 30th. Oh, it's going to be turpentine for your mind. Y'all better get that special team together in a couple of weeks. Or if not, we going to take son to his house. Y'all already know. We going to bring out Monty real quick. But we beat the Bengals, though. We did. We did. All right, Minnesota. Minnesotans. They got the Minnesota Vikings at the 7th ranked team. And I think that the Eagles beat the Sodas, right? They beat them, right? Terribly. Y'all beat them bad, too. And that is because of that dude right there. Kirk Cousins. 6th ranked will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I feel you. Miami. They the 5th ranked team right now. That may drop if they continue to lose, and he's still in concussion protocol. Put your prayers together for the man. Green Bay, the 4th ranked team. I'm not even worried about Green Bay this year. I'm not. I'm definitely not. Who's worried about Green Bay this year? Who's worried about them? I'm not saying that I was ever worried about Green Bay. I think we're gonna rock them boys. We gonna rock them. All right, Buffalo Bills, neither here nor there. They the 3rd team. They hot and cold to me, but let them be in that spot. Kansas City Chiefs, at this point, they got the Kansas City Chiefs number 2. So that leaves us with the Eagles being the number 1 team in the National Football League. But if I'm a betting man, if I had money on the line, if it's Kansas City Chiefs versus the Eagles, I promise you, I'm going to be a richer man if those two face each other, because the Kansas City Chiefs will put an L on those Eagles. But it is what it is. They got the Eagles as the number 1 team in the National Football League. Let's go with it, because I truly believe, defense win championships. I get all of that. The Eagles are up there. Shout out to them on the defensive side of the coin. But I seen what them Detroit did to you guys. I seen what Trevor Law was doing in the monsoon with you guys, you know. And I seen the Vikings. If they could just put together a series in the situation. But we'll find out. Y'all keep talking Brody over there. Keep that same energy, because I can't wait for next week. But we got to get this week out the way first. All right, so what we're going to do at this point, we're going to open up the phone lines. Give me a few seconds while I get things together. I really love y'all, and there's nothing you guys can do about it. Come on.
Only ones who down for line. Keep it super thorough my way on this side. Keep it super thorough my way on this side.
All participants are muted.
Y'all jump on in, 657-390-7391. The hotline for your mind.
With my brothers, there's no question, keep it real. Whether we East Coastin' or we in the Haven Hills.
Come on.
In the poppin' straps of blue faces, not the pills. Heard you calling bluffs, I show and prove it.
Let the room fill up, baby.
Son of God,
come on.
not a son of sand.
Let's get it.
Keep it off the books.
Let's go, baby.
Bitch, the OFC, what I'm
Detroit game was a preseason game. I feel you, East Campus.
Like $100,000. Call my phone, hit my line. Only ones who down for.
Okay. Let's go.
Keep it super thorough my way on this side. Keep it super thorough my way.
All right. Hey, it's an open conversation. Whatever you guys want to talk about, we'll keep it open. And we got the first person in the building, Lady Jessica, off the top ropes. You live.
Hello?
What's good with you? Talk to me.
What's up, Law? I'm sorry. These guys had me rolling on this phone. I don't know who this dude is. He keep on saying, did y'all beat the Washington? Did y'all beat them? I said, yes. And I told him to score over and over. He was tripping me out.
Oh, wow.
Then he talking about he's a Cowboy fan. He said, I'm a fan. I've been a fan a year. So the other guy started talking to him. I was being quiet. I said, dude, I done explained to you since we've been on this phone that we beat the Washington.
Hey, but let me ask you this. So the phone line.
Was a youth side.
Was the phone line a party line? Like, because it's before I open it
like
up.
When we be waiting for you to start the call in, you know, I'm watching you on the computer and I'm listening on my phone. Mm-hmm. And we was all in there just be talking, chopping it up, whatever.
I didn't know it had that feature, so that's cool. So the line is always open, and I never knew.
It tell us that wait, and you will do, you know, let us know.
Okay.
And it be asking us to identify ourselves.
Oh wow! So y'all had a party line over there. That's dope. I never knew that was capable. So. Hey man, y'all jump on in here, man. It's a party line before I get in there. Then when I go live, I always try to turn the line on. So that's a unique feature.
Yeah, and we getting ready to play these Rams. Like I said, our defense just need to punch them in the mouth. Mm-hmm. Offense need to handle up, and we need to go at it full force. Bust them in the mouth. Don't keep the pressure on them. Don't let up on them at all. And get after Ryan, that doggone quarterback, number 2.
Right.
Keep him on that ground because they can do it. I'm sorry. Their offense was playing kind of trashy there. I was looking for your brother to be live last night. I was looking for him everything. But they tore them up pretty well. I saw it on the replay, you know, the highlights. I couldn't see the game on TV.
Oh, okay.
Because I ain't finna pay no money to watch the NFL. They done took over my Yahoo. I guess Yahoo turned over to them because I don't even get the chance to watch the game no more.
Oh, wow.
When it ain't on TV. On Yahoo, I got Yahoo Sports. It ain't working no more. But I'm looking for a great game. And go Cowboys.
I appreciate you so much. That's Lady Jessica, everyone. Appreciate her for calling in. She was the first caller. And we got some people in here. I really appreciate your thoughts, man. We bouncing off the opinions. We got the 907. You're live.
Hey, what's going down, Low? What's up with it?
Nothing to it, man. It's all good, man. We just chilling.
Hey, now that little feature was cool. We was in there about to pack old boy out, but he got to come and get his put on. 'Cause he was talking about he been a Cowboys fan about a year. So come get initiated, my boy.
So he's a rookie. He like a Neo out there.
I don't know what he had going on. He was lost in the sauce. But back to the Rams. I believe it, man. If we don't let them establish no run game, it should be lights out. You know what I mean? As far as that game goes. You touched on something yesterday, or maybe a different show, but getting Cavante Turpin out in the open. You know what I mean? Getting some jet sweeps with him. And I've been calling for that for a couple of weeks now, but you know what I mean? Either here or there, we'll see. I hope we do get that going. Man, hey, look, I hope we go ahead and get this dub this upcoming week. I don't know if that's a bad thing, but I'm already looking forward to the damn Eagles, man. I was going through with Miss Jessica,
right?
But I would love to be the first ones to give the Eagles they first L. I was hoping that they gonna win this week, and she was like, "Nah, I don't care about what's going on with them." But I just said it'll be a little bit more sweeter.
Yeah.
For me, seeing that I live in Pennsylvania too, and I work with nothing but Eagle fans. So,
oh wow.
I mean, yeah. Hey, look, I want to be able to come in that Monday and talk my shit. You know what I mean?
You should, man. And wear everything. The Cowboys sock, hat, shades.
No,
you know,
look, man, I'm a truck driver, and I fly my Cowboy flag from my truck. So anytime I come in and leave that motherfucker, they see the Cowboy flag. They got no choice but to put up with it.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you for calling in, fam. DC for life.
Yes, sir, man.
Let's go.
Take care.
No doubt, man. Good call from him from the 907. All right, we got Mike. What's good with you, Mike? Talk to me.
What it do, Law? What it do, man? How you doing?
All is well, bro. I can't complain, man. Tuesday is still on the victory high. You know how it goes.
Yeah, same, man. Dog, I'm with the last call you was just speaking with, man. This would be the week to go ahead and bring the jet sweeps for Turpin. It's time to go ahead and open that up. This is the time to solidify your boy Aaron Donald, completely take him out the game. They don't have, I was just listening to Skip and Shannon, they don't really have that many people left on offense. They got Cooper Kupp. I think he had about 19 targets. Higbee had about 14 targets.
Right.
And those are the big target guys that were
No, they won a Super Bowl. They gave Stafford $40 million. He got to figure it out. You know, they got Aaron Donald, they got Jalen Ramsey, they got Tyler Rapp. They got some boys, so it should be zero excuses. It'll be a home game for them. I think now here's the thing. Coming off of a loss like they did, they could either be inflated to go against us, or they can be deflated, right? They could be one of those two things, but we'll find out, man. We'll find out.
I want them to be inflated. I want us to run the ball right by them. I think they think they're gonna get a pass rush on them.
Yeah.
But I think they're sweeping the deck out this mud. And I just want to do one last thing, man. I just want to give just a huge shout out to my boy Trayvon Diggs. He has proved everybody, all the critics, anybody that says anything about Trayvon Diggs, I haven't heard anything else since the season has started. He has just been completely locked down. His grade is ridiculous. My boy Trayvon Diggs answered the call this year, man.
Yeah, he
not
did.
Like he wasn't doing that.
But you know what it is though too. When he's in phase, right, and we've seen those two passes that he didn't go for the interception. He went for the deflection. Right. So one hand can reach out further than two. Yeah, one hand can reach out further than two.
He already said in the interview, he said, I'm not even looking to get picks like that. He said, I'm just doing whatever's going to help the team. I said, that's my guy.
That's my guy.
That's my guy.
Yes, indeed, man. I appreciate you for calling in, Chief.
All right, man. You have a good one. Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys, man. That's Mike. All right, got Thomas, man. I love when I call in, and when you guys call in, I can call you by your first name, man. Talk to me, Tom.
What's up, Law?
Nothing to it, Chief. Talk to me, man.
Man, I call me crazy. I don't care. Man, I think a game like Sunday, I think this is the kind of game where our defense is gonna show up. I think this is gonna be a game. You know, if everything fall into place, I think this will be our turning point.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not trying to think ahead or anything, but
right.
I'm not trying to think ahead or anything, but I just got this crazy feeling, man, that Philadelphia's gonna lose their next two. I think they're gonna lose to the Cardinals Sunday, and I think they're gonna get beat down by us next Sunday night. I really do. That's just me.
Eagles. Y'all heard that from my guy Thomas, man. He normally on the money with it too, so y'all better be worried. It is what it is, man.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something that nobody is not talking about. The Eagles this year, I know it's been only 4 games. The Eagles have not been a good team in the second half scoring wise, and that's a problem.
Let me pull it
That
up.
is a problem.
Let me pull
And
it
if
up.
they come into the Dallas game next Sunday night thinking that they can get by like that, oh, pardon my language, my friend. Pardon my language. If they can come in the game next Sunday night thinking that they can do that, they got life fucked up. I'm sorry.
Wow. Yeah. They got
It ain't gonna happen.
Let me see what we got right here. So they pull up. Let me see. Eagles since week 2. I'm pulling up their box scores or what have you. So they didn't score in the third or the fourth quarter. Okay, I'm looking at it now. I'm going to the with week. You might be on to something. I ain't really paid attention to. So that was week 3, right? Let me see what they did week 3. Who they played week 3? The Commanders. Yeah, they ain't scoring third and fourth quarter.
They in the second half with the Commanders.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull up now. Just last week. You may be on to something, Chief. You may be on to something. They scored 9 points. They scored 9 points against those Jags. They scored 9 points. But yeah, they kind of closed things out. Like that second quarter is where they score most of all of their points. And well, they better play all the way through the echoes of the whistle against the Cards, because the Cards they scored majority of their points in the second half. So
right.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
And I don't know if you remember this, but don't you remember back in training camp? Don't you remember back in NFL training camp in Philadelphia, they was having a problem with their players being in condition?
Right. Yeah.
See, what they're doing is they're scoring all their points in the first half.
Yeah.
Sitting down in the second half. That's what I noticed.
Yeah.
And see, in the first quarter is over with.
Yeah.
The first quarter is over with.
Yeah, the first quarter is over. I think the defense too is sustainable enough until that point. I think that you see that the defense wear you out on the first quarter and second quarter, because they coming at you. Got big boy inside. You got Hassan Reddick. You got all of those boys, those edges. So right in the third and fourth quarter, should the opposing team be wore out too? So we'll find out, man. It's going to be the battle of the fittest, and I think that on our defensive side, we got so many coming at you. You're like, all right, we're so deep with our depths.
Yeah, we're so deep.
Yeah, they're top heavy, whereas we kind of solid all the way through. Like Izzy McCollum is coming up. Dayron Bland is making plays. And we have yet to see even like some of our other guys that we have yet to bring up make plays. So, but we know that they can, like Sam Williams and those boys. So I think that we are more well balanced on the defensive side. Although they got the number 2 defense in the National Football League, I just think that the way our defense pursue and chase and hit, that we are more sustainable versus theirs. But I can't wait, man, to this Eagles versus Cowboys week come about. But I appreciate you for calling in, Thomas.
All right, they got the number 2 defense in the league, but look who they've been playing.
True. That's the other side of it, right? Right.
Yeah, and see, they've been playing the fat of their schedule. Now they're going to play the meat of their schedule.
Well, we're going to find out, Thomas. Appreciate you so much for calling in, Chief. Salute.
All right, bro.
Good call from him. They got a team that they played in the top 10, which is the Vikings. But the only thing is, them damn Vikings, hit and miss, man, with the doggone quarterback. So we'll find out down the line. I got my guy, Chris 214, you live. 214, Christopher. Let me get Darius in, man, from the 214. Darius.
Yo,
talk to me, man.
So first of all, apologize if you hear the beeping in the background. Like I said before, that's my my fire alarm joint.
Wait a minute, man. Hold on. You haven't changed that out? What's your address
man,
now? I drive out there today, man. Where you at, man? Where you at, man? Where you located at?
Man, them joints is so god doggone high. The ceilings is high, and we can't get to all of them, man. So that's just a problem. So I apologize.
Okay, you got one of them big old mansions out here in Dallas, man. Big
I don't want to say all that, man. Don't pull all my business back.
I ain't gonna say too much, man.
But no, so between Gallup and Lamb, who would be your X and who would be your Y receiver, and why?
Gallup and Lamb, X receiver. It'll be Gallup, line up on the outside. I think that was his role he was built for. But I would actually move Noah Brown as the X receiver and move Lamb as your guy everywhere. He can play any spot. I like Gallup on the outside more inside. So if we going 3 wide, Noah Brown will be my X receiver. And then, of course, YRC, who can be interchangeable with those guys. But I would literally line up Lamb inside more.
Okay. I just wanted to get your perspective on that.
Yep.
The other thing I kind of wanted to say is that Cooper Rush versus Dak is just kind of like I just kind of feel like Dak. The reason why Dak got hurt in the first place is because I feel like Dak, he would like triple and double pump, like with the pump faking, like if he don't see something there, and then first of all, let me preface this before I say this, because anytime you say anything about Dak, people want to jump. Listen, I love Dak. Dak is my guy. I can have constructive criticism about somebody that I love. If you have a son, if you have a family member, you don't love everything that they do, okay?
Definitely don't.
You can have constructive critiques and criticism. That's what this is.
Right.
The one thing that I don't like that Dak does that Cooper necessarily doesn't do is, like I said, the reason why I feel like Dak got hurt in the first place is because Dak would sit in the pocket for too damn long. When sometimes you just want, if it's not there, just either throw it away or take off running. I know with the injury, I'm saying that's probably playing on his psyche and his mental when it comes to that, but it's still like, damn, like we be leaving, like our offense gets stagnated when he'll just sit in that pocket, and then that pocket will end up collapsing on him, and he running into them big boys, and then you fear that something might happen to that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like, but with Cooper, it seems a little bit more smooth. That could just be me.
Okay, yeah.
I could just be looking at it. I could just be looking at a certain way, like it's real quick. It's quick. It's real quick in and out. And then at the same time, Cooper, he'll throw it down the field too, and he'll give his people. Not to say that Dak don't. But Cooper does it a little bit more than Dak will, and that's just kind of like my only critique between.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. When can you name the play that Amari Cooper? God dog, I'm thinking of Amari. He must be talking about me. Can you name a play that Cooper rushed, threw it down the field when it was a too high safety or a quarters defense?
Oh Lord, boy, you done hit me with the technicalities. Okay, so number one, I'm a receiver.
Oh, okay.
So I can't really give you like the too high. I would have to go back and then check that out, and then maybe on the next call, maybe tomorrow, I can kind of give you the answer.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put a button on that.
Yeah.
But what I will say is, okay. So let me ask you this, Law.
Mm-hmm.
So when you asking me that, what exactly are you looking for when you asking me that?
No, I'm just saying that the coverage dictates where the ball should go. And one of the things that I'm hearing from, like, even Jerry Jones, Papa Jerry earlier, he's saying that, we do see those looks now because Cooper will take what the defense give him. And what's going on now collectively, not saying that Dak can't do it or what have you, is that teams are playing different coverages because we have adopted the balance approach. And we have a single high safety look that's over the top now, and we don't see 7 and 9 or 8 DBs dropping back in coverage, right? So we're seeing that they are trying to, at all costs. And I know for sure the Washington team said, you know what, we may lose this game, but it won't be because of Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott. We're going to make sure we stop that run, and we're going to load the box. We're going to make sure that it's one-on-one coverage. If Cooper Rush going to beat us like that, then let him beat us like that. And that's what we've seen off of it. And then, of course, it's hard to gauge against the Washington DBs, too, because they trash, by the way. But I would tell you this right here. Cooper Rush, from what he's doing right now, is remarkable. I don't like it at all, man. I love it, Darius. I flat out do. And let us continue to do that. Let us continue to do just that. But it goes back to this point, too, that it is a team sport. And for what we are doing right now is remarkable.
Okay, so like I said, that's just honest critique.
Just critique it, I'm not beating you up.
It's like, no, I know, but I'm seeing in the chat they acting retarded. Like, bruh, it's just like, listen, man. Like, you have to listen with both ears. You have to listen to try to understand. You can't have your emotions you can't be so emotionally charged that you're not listening to what I'm actually saying. I'm only giving an honest critique of Dak. That's not to say that Cooper is better than Dak. I'm telling you Dak is better than Cooper. We know this. Right. I'm just saying my honest critique of what I'm seeing on the field is exactly what I just said. My last 2 points. Like I said the last time I called, I want the Eagles to keep winning. Yeah. I want them to keep winning. Yeah. I want you to beat the Cardinals because when y'all get to us, you already know. Listen, we're knocking your block off.
Y'all listen up, Eagles.
You will get decapitated because we can go down because they always dissect our competition. Shay Sharp and Steven, they the first ones to dissect our competition. Listen, we can do a whole deep dive on the Eagles competition and the teams that they done played. Come on now. Trash. We've played twice as better competition than the Eagles have. Hey, that's paper mache. That's not the real deal. This is the real deal.
We win this weekend. Eagles lose. We'll be back on top, in our division. So it is what it is. And then even if you want to believe in the conspiracy theory, it could be just that. Here you go, right here. Hold on. The Eagles lose this weekend. The Cowboys win this weekend. Both teams now 4-1. Don't you know that will bring in more TV ratings? Eagles versus the Cowboys, mid-season Super Bowl type of vibes. It will bring in. Come on, Illuminati. I know y'all hear my thought tracks on that. Come on, let it be a battle royale, So let's get it. There'll be some crazy ratings there. Come on, let's do it.
but no, so the last thing I want to say before I get out of here is now, of course, Stephen Jones and Jerry Jones, they look like geniuses. Yeah. We're really, okay, it's working, but it's not because of the way that y'all handle business. Yeah. It just happened to go that way, which is cool. But I was really kind of upset when they did bring in Dan Quinn, not because of who Dan Quinn is, but it's because of the template that they use to get coaches. They brought in Dan Quinn for the same reason they brought in Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
Dan Quinn just so happened to be who Dan Quinn is.
Right.
But X out Dan Quinn and put in another template that they like to use for coaches that they like to bring in, and it would have been kind of the same thing. They just happened to hit on Dan Quinn, so it's just kind of like, that's a whole nother conversation that I can go 30 minutes about, that I can dig deep in, but that's just, my last point that I want to say, and, let everybody else get in, man.
Appreciate you, man, Darius. Thank you, man. Good call from him. All right, so it's my guy. And you guys get what I'm saying, right? But let's go around to the VIP corner of the situation, man, from my guy from the 860. You're live.
Law, it's VIP, baby.
What's good
Law,
with you, man?
Law, I ain't a killer, but don't push me, Law. Yeah. Look, Law. Let me address the last caller real quick, because I know some of our Cowboy Nation. Shout out to Cowboy Nation, because they be getting at people in the chat line. Yeah. I wish I had time, because this is the time I pick my son up from school. I'm a single father.
Okay.
So it's hard for me to weigh in a lot. So I just shout out when I can. But there's a couple of points I want to make, Law. One, last caller, the reason why your quarterback now is seeing what he's seeing is because of what Law brought up. If you don't realize what corners defense is and what single high defense is, go study your 20. That means that there's either a safety in the box or out of the box. You as a wide receiver, you should know that. That's the first thing you're looking for when you jump in. When you jump down the line, I'm a former wide receiver. So I'm looking, are they doubling me? Are they playing double high? Are there two safeties high? So when there's two safeties back, like where they're playing Dak, they're playing 7 cornerbacks just in an umbrella with Dak. Dak is looking at this now, foaming at the mouth. Like, this is what he wants to see out there.
Yo, true that. Shoot, that umbrella look, boy. You're supposed to tack up under the umbrella, but I think that it's an opening for the coaching staff to say, okay, we know how to hit it now. And sometimes it hit you when you get somebody else in there, sometimes sometimes she don't look good until you see it with someone else,
Yeah. When she walk out there, when she come in the VIP section, you was like, damn, she looking better in the VIP section. They popping bottles.
Hey,
anyway.
Hey, sometimes, man, you be in that relationship and she got that, that hourglass shape. And you trying to say, man, baby, I can't stand you no more. I can't wait to move on. And then she start walking off. Hey, baby, I was just playing, Hey, come on back over here. Hey, I was just talking. Let's just recalibrate our conversation for a moment.
You start seeing us sway away. Okay, let's get back.
Baby, let's get back, baby. Look, I didn't mean what I said. Look,
I'm just joking.
Baby, that thing get to moving. You got to get your mind right. You a basketball guy though? Are you a basketball guy?
Yeah, I love ball. I'm a baller too as well.
What year Jordan was drafted?
86.
What year? Somebody else. I know that he wasn't drafted in 86. Now he couldn't have been.
No.
You're off.
86.
No. Go back a little further.
He went to North Carolina.
Okay.
I'm thinking.
Come on,
I
man.
know he went there. I know James Worthy was on the team with him. Sam Perkins was off on the team with him.
Come on, man. It's 84. Okay, 84.
84. I was 2 years off.
You're 2 years off, man. Okay, you're 2 years off. What year he won his first championship?
I do know this. He was 80. 89? 89, 90?
Yeah, 91, right? So what I'm trying to contextualize.
See, everything is two with me. Like Tupac. Go ahead, Lord. Go ahead.
Yeah. So he won it in 91, but he was drafted in 83 or 84. So what I'm trying to say here, ladies and gentlemen, he for dog sure couldn't have done it by himself, and it took him time.
And
to
we
develop.
talk about the GOAT.
Yeah, we talking about the GOAT. It took him some constructive criticism from all around in order for him to manifest himself into that. And I'm not putting Dak Prescott in that conversation of being Michael Jordan. But what I'm trying to tell people, hey, bruh, you will forever have the keys to my house, car, and everything if Dak can give us 6 championships. Don't you know?
Look, it's possible, Lord.
It's possible.
It's not too far fetched. I don't know about 6.
You don't know about 6, though. When they say it's impossible, really it is impossible if you really read it slowly. Impossible to make it happen. But what I'm trying to tell people is that it takes a complete team. It took a complete team for him to win it. You don't have him winning it without Pippen, for crying out loud. It took him a complete team. So what I'm saying is that this team need to work together, in order for us to achieve greatness. That's what I'm trying to say,
And that's what that's what they don't see. Like Cooper Kupp cannot win us a championship by himself.
No.
Stop. Let me take y'all off of this fair weather. You don't even know what he's going to do facing adversity yet. He hasn't done it for, like you said, Lord, this is a longevity thing. This guy has not done it for 6 years.
Yeah.
He done it for 4 games. I love me some Cooper. I hope like I said, he's a spare tire. I want my spare tire to make it home for me. I have me and the kids riding in the Jeep. Yeah. I want to make it home. That's why I paid money for
it. No doubt, man. Oh my gosh, man. We always have a good conversation, bro. Let me hear you say it, because I got these other callers in here, VIP.
Law, you know what it is, Law? How about them Cowboys? Let's go, Law.
That's my dog right there.
Okay, baby.
Yeah, Pac right there, man. Yeah. All right. That could have been a horrible analogy for me, but I want you guys to remove the player and just look at the context of what I'm saying. It just could fit for Parsons, right? We don't expect Parsons to do it all, and we need other pieces around Parsons so we can help this team win. It can mean for any other guy. It could be for CeeDee Lamb. All right, from the 805, you're live.
Ooh, Mr. Thomas. Christopher Williams here. How you doing?
Hey, we appreciate you, Chris, man. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for having me on, man. So, all those other callers, man, I love listening to what they got to say, but I'm going to come at it like this. I've got observations and a couple questions for you, you know what I mean, and then a statement at the end. Is that fair?
Good.
First things first. Statement. Defense looks special. I heard somebody say doomsday. Maybe, but I'm still reserving judgment until we face more or better competition. All right. And then Donovan Wilson, killing it. I hope he stays in there. Yeah. I saw a few little mistakes from the last game, but the pros are outweighing any cons. I think the more and more love and experience that he gets, he's going to be a cornerstone of this defense. So would you call him the Cam Chancellor of Quinn's Dallas defense?
I reserve that to J-Rock, but for right now, this dude, he's not as man, I can't put him in Cam, but I put him as another guy. He's like a taller,
like he's
Buddha
trying to shape
Baker.
him. I mean, is he trying to shape him for that position? I guess is my question. Is that what you see?
Oh my man, I wasn't even ready for this one.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna learn
you. You got me, man. Shoot, you got me salivating over here with this thought of believe it or not, man, I could see Izzy being shaped to that role more. Hear me out, more than I see Donovan Wilson. Donovan Wilson is he's a mercenary. He's an assassin. He's a trained hitman. That he got speeds and stuff that I didn't see Cam Chancellor do. Chancellor was like, I'm gonna hit you, and it's straight up. It's straight up that music. It's when Cam hit you, But with Cam, and Cam didn't have these many missed tackles, right? But Donovan Wilson, man, he's going to be his own unique self, man. Somebody say he's E.T., He's the Earl Thomas more of the mold. Nah, well, I can't even put him at Earl because Earl had hands for magnets, man. The ball was just a magnet, the hand magnet, whatever you call it, ball magnet. I don't know, man. I just think, man, you got me, man. You got me. Yeah, I don't have no way.
Right? We'll just put TBD on that right there.
I got no comp.
So all right, next statement. Randy Armstrong is proven to be a solid player. Fowler's nice. I like the combination right there, along with all the other guys. Another statement, and then a question for you. Cooper Rush, I have noticed, I understand things are open up for him, as far as the defense is going, but I have noticed his willingness to just let it rip and keep the defense on their heels, and like what happened in the last game, draw a couple of flags or whatnot. That's one of the problems I have with Dak, is his unwillingness to just let it rip downfield sometimes, just to test the defense, let them know that we're willing to do stuff, because you got to open up that middle of the field. And so my question to you is Cooper more accurate than Dak? And a better player, but is he more accurate as throwing the ball? Because that's what I'm starting to pick up on a little bit. Maybe I'm wrong. I love Dak, but small sample size for Cooper. But I'm starting to notice that he throws a pretty nice ball.
Right.
So
I feel what you said. We used to play this game, man. We used to go out to the clubs, and we used to say who can get the most numbers at the end of the day, right? And me and my brother and my roommate back in college, man, we used to do this, man. And my homeboy, man, he I ain't gonna call him out, but he ain't look up the par, but he said, man, I got 8 of them, man, you know what I'm saying? And we probably end up with 5 or 6, but it was just his willingness, to use his pickup line to holler at girls to get their phone number, and he will win every time. It wasn't the fact that he was more accurate with his approach, but it was his pickup line and the way his delivery was. So when we look at what Dak said, he sat back and he said, "Oh, I see that it's not that complicated now, right? I got a good arm. I've been ranked top of the NFL in quarterback accuracy. My completion percentage is better than Cooper Rush. My QBR is better than Cooper Rush, stretched out of more games, right? My deep ball accuracy since 2016 is right up there with some of the good other quarterbacks that's up there. Of course, we got Kirk Cousins. That's not a good analogy, though. But you got Andrew Luck and you got Alex Smith, who've been playing in the league for a long time. So his deep ball accuracy is there. But is his attempt there? Is his attempt there? He got attempted more. Yep.
Yeah, could that also be because he doesn't take as many shots, so therefore the percentages, like, if I go to work and I'm making money,
right,
it's all on commission-based ratios and percentages and whatnot, but if I work 7 less days than everybody else, my percentages are going to look higher, what I mean, because of what I did there, and I feel that might be a little misleading. I could be wrong. I'm not looking at the numbers.
No, you're right, but in order to qualify for those stats, they say a player have to play for more than 10 games, blah, 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 or have more than so many games. They put that in a little asterisk so when you pull up the stat line. Here's the thing. Based off of what you just said, if Cooper Rush continue to update his resume, then your point about him being a little bit more accurate than Dak Prescott would be valid. But right now, as far as quarterback completion percentage, he's averaging right at 55 and 56. Dak Prescott never finished his season out at that range, and that's completion percentage. Those are tangible numbers that we can all look back at, right?
Okay, all right. And here we go. My next statement, then ask and a question to follow. You actually mentioned this earlier in the show, and it was going to be one of my biggest statements, which is I believe from watching the defense, I'm going back to defense right now, that the middle linebacker position is the only weakness we have, being LVE is the weak link on our defense. And I feel like we're going to get exposed there sooner or later. Now, because LVE, in my eyes, is the weakness, and it's my opinion, will we regret not trading for Roquan Smith? Will that become a huge mistake on Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones' part, not going after that man? Because could you imagine him in the middle of this defense as we are right now?
I think 25 other teams, or at least 27 to maybe 28 teams, will regret not putting in a second round offer for Roquan, or whatever the offer was. I think Roquan is just unique talent. When I look at our Mike linebacker, for the future. We got a baby Roquan and Damone Clark just sitting there waiting. So they probably looking at it like, why would we spend asset, which is draft blood? The Dallas Cowboys love draft picks. Why would they give away for a 1-year deal? And then you got to pay Roquan. So, they always looking at the salary cap and the money. But I feel what you're saying. I
just feel like we're too late. We're too late. It's too late. To the party. I mean, like when it comes to these draft picks, like we're all drafting, and I know you say that, like we're always about going out and drafting, and we're drafting our guys, but then we're late to bringing these guys to the party. We wait 2-3 years to develop them. They play one good year, and then they walk because we don't want to re-sign them. So what's the point of doing all this drafting stuff if we're going to retain guys, whatever you say, Cedric Wilson? Would we be in the same situation right now if we still had Cedric Wilson on the squad? Like that's one we should not have let go. Walk away. Things like that.
Yeah, I appreciate you calling in, man. I'm gonna answer the rest of it off air, man. But I appreciate you, Chris Williams. Appreciate you, or it's Christopher Williams. Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, can I make one last statement?
Go ahead.
Before I go, one last statement, and that was to the second previous caller. He had said something about the Eagles, this and that. We own the NFC East.
Yep.
We own the Eagles.
Yep.
Until they beat us, it doesn't, regardless of record, we own those fuckers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't care how far they go, because I know that boy back there for quarterback for the Eagles is scared to face us. He shows it every time he plays us. I don't care how much more experience, we're going to kill him.
Yes, indeed.
Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys, man. Appreciate you, Chris, man. Yeah, it sounds popping, but appreciate you. I think that hurts. I think he grew up a Cowboy fan. Y'all let me know. And you probably got the jelly bellies, man, when he played the Cowboys. That's why I think that he's like 0-2 or 0-3 against the Cowboys, whatever his record is. But Jalen, he improved his game overall this year. And one can argue that because they put A.J. Brown on his side, and then he got this dude that he have trust in, then Devontae Smith. So it's a lot of gray areas with that. But it should be a bang-bang, good-up game, not bang-bang, not a game, but a bang-bang, good-up game. This should be one of those type of things, whereas we banging, they banging, and then it should be a game that we all geared up to see. Right, Cowboy Nation? All right. But it was a other question that he was asking me about the linebacker play. The linebacker, here's my thoughts on LVE. If it's somewhere where we got to get to the flat early and you're relying on 55, he's not going to consistently beat you to that location. When you look at his tape, speed is speed. I would tell people this all the time. If you just don't have the foot speed, you just don't have the foot. Not all of a sudden, like if he was faster during the off season, and then I would say, okay, yeah. But I never seen a player in season get faster. I see them get slower, but not faster while the season is going on. So when I look at LVE, his speed, I ain't even talking about his hitting, because it is what it is with that. But when I see LVE, when it's time for him to fill inside the A gap or B gap, he's there. He's a tall guy. He's 6'5", 6'4", what have you. So I can see that he got that, but he just don't have the speed, man. And I don't think that LVE got that quick twitch like my guy, Sean Lee. Sean Lee wasn't a 4'4", or 4'5", or 4'7" guy. He was like a 5'2" guy, 5'40" time, 5'2", 5'6". He was slow, but he quick twitch. He was there to get to the point of contact. One thing you can say about Sean Lee, you never brought up his speed because he was just always there. But if I was to look at LVE, I would try to convert him into another position at this point. And maybe you just send him off the edge and see if he can be an edge rusher. He may not have the speed there either because he's not bendy guy. So I don't know, man. LVE is just LVE at this point, man. That's all I can say. But I can tell you down the line, it will be Damone Clark or my guy Devin Harper to get that spot going and popping for us, right? Right? Let me let my guy in from the Coach Marv. I didn't see you down here. Coach Marv, man, you live from the 803.
What's going on? Law? Let me step out back quick.
Tony says LVE can't get skinny. I feel you. Make LVE a defensive edge guy. Maybe that what I put his heads in the dirt. I don't know. Maybe Coach Marv can tell us what we can do with LVE, you know.
Man, we've been talking about this. We've been talking about this for a long time, Paul.
Yeah.
We've been talking about it a long time, and I know there's a lot of people out there. LVE is a very light guy on the football team. Very light. I like him myself. I think he's
he's solid.
Good
maybe
for the Cowboys, but we here we go thinking about we need to get other linebackers, but we have better linebackers on this team. If they get a chance, they'll show it, and it'll be hard to get them off the field. But right now, we just have to go with it because I just think the Cowboys are just stubborn enough saying LVE is going to play. Because film is not telling them that. Right. They can't tell me that. Now, they make it tell a lot of other people, but film has not showed you that LVE is that guy. So that's it. It's not film, and we got a lot of other good players that way they can just say, hey, we can just get by with his play, but it's going to hurt us. I think the defense can go to another level with an aggressive linebacker. I just want to bring up one thing, Law. I'm watching on the Colin Cowherd show. I'm watching Jimmy Johnson had asking about Cooper Rush and Dak Prescott, and he was saying that Cooper is just in a place where he's not making no mistakes.
Right.
This is the same thing that made Dak good. This is what makes Dak great because he doesn't make the same mistakes of what we saw from the quarterback from the Rams last night.
Okay.
He doesn't have games where he just turns the ball over and over again. You know, he's not one of those quarterbacks where you see that he puts the ball in harm's way. This is what makes Dak a very good quarterback, a top quarterback, is protecting the ball.
Yep.
I think sometimes we'll scrutinize Dak on a lot of things about trying to do the unbelievable, or we just put added pressure on him because of the media pressure that he has to be perfect. But is what we're doing with Cooper Rush at this particular time is allowing him just to play sound, not make mistakes, and keep yourself in a position where the team wins games.
Yep.
The team wins games. Where you get that big play by the defense, you get that play by the special teams, you get that one open shot down the field and you complete it. Yep. You get a good running game in one game. Yep. The team makes plays, and Cooper's not making any mistakes to hinder you that. And I think Dak would do that even more with making more plays. But we don't need to put him in situations with no quarterbacking situations where they have to make all the plays because the team is the what wins games. I point out this, Law. I point out this. There was a team this past weekend that scored 41 points. They say their offense was almost impossible to stop. And that team was Kansas City.
Yep.
But do you know Patrick Mahomes threw the ball 27 times?
Yep.
And they ran the ball almost 30 times?
Get them.
And they scored 41 points, and people thought that they was unstoppable. There was another team on that same field that threw the ball 54 times and only scored 31 points.
Man, Coach
so
Marv, you be on it,
what
man.
makes Kansas City better now is their balance. There was another team that scored 34 points on this past Sunday, and they scored 34 points, and they scored a touchdown and overtime or field goal overtime to win the game. But Aaron Rodgers threw the ball for 25 times, about 235 yards. But they ran the ball for almost 200 yards. If we have that type of system where we can have Dak make crucial throws, pinpoint throws in those key moments,
right,
Dak will be outstanding. But I think what Russ has fell into is that we have not put the game on him. We have put the game on the team, and I think that's going to serve Dak. That's going to serve Dak well, because now the team understands that it takes us all to make plays to win. And if he can come back in that same philosophy, the offensive team not just the offensive team, the complete team of the Cowboys will win games, and then they'll be much better served than trying to put it all on one guy.
Man, my goodness, man.
And that's what
Coach Marv, let me preach it from this aspect, or tell it from this angle. Who's the better quarterback, Matthew Stafford or Jimmy Garoppolo?
Jimmy Garoppolo, because he doesn't hurt his team as much.
He doesn't hurt his team as much. Okay.
You won't
and then when you look at it from this aspect, right? There'll be tons of people that say Matthew Stafford throws a better ball. But it goes back to the game plan. Just like this. Matthew Stafford threw the ball for 48 times against the 49ers last game. On top of that, he threw an interception. He fumbled the ball, but he targeted Cooper Kupp 19 times. He had 14 receptions for over 200. Let me see how many yards he had exactly on the head. Let me see if we can give it over here. He had, let me pull up his, he had 14 receptions for 122 yards, right? Other guy, 10 receptions for 73 yards. If you look at the box score alone, just from the wide receivers perspective, you say that quarterback getting the ball over to their wide receivers. But the problem is, with that philosophy against that type of team, you can throw the ball a million times. You won't win. You got to play the balanced approach.
You know who Matthew Stafford is, though?
Who's Matthew Stafford? Bringo.
Listen, it makes no difference what great receiver with Matthew Stafford. It's no one receiver in his whole career. If he had no one receiver, he was going to throw it to him 15, 16, 17 times a game.
There you go.
He did that same thing with Megatron. So it makes no difference. Whoever Matthew Stafford no one receiver is, I don't care what team it is, that's the only person he feels comfortable throwing the ball to. And he's always going to be there. So Cooper Kupp is just getting the same attention that Megatron got.
Big fact.
Almost 20 attempts a game.
Yeah.
If you think about it all. And so that's what Stafford does, and what it does is it gets him in trouble, because when his eyes come off or he can't get it to his guy, by the time he comes back, he's late.
Big facts.
And see, that's where he gets so tied up into it. But I tell you about Matthew Stafford. He turns the ball over. He's been on turn once. He has not changed. Matthew Stafford is the same quarterback he was in Detroit.
But what did they do? What did they do last year to help him out? What they do last year to help him out? Because I know you have that stat probably right in your head right now in the playoffs. What they do to corral him?
They ran the ball. They played better defense, and they allowed their team to make plays for him to be successful. And he just did his part. They did put it all on Matthew Stafford to win.
And last night, what they do to Matthew Stafford? They did what? They put it all on who to win it.
They put it all on Stafford, because you know something. Their team got beat defensively. They did not make tackles.
Right.
They got beat physically up front. And when their team did play well, every time their total team doesn't play well, Matthew Stafford plays bad.
There we
They got
go.
him for the arm talent. I will tell you one quick thing about arm talent.
Right.
There's a guy that I used to watch that had the greatest arm talent in the world. So when people talk about arm talent, there was a quarterback called Jeff George. that could throw it better than anybody I ever seen. But he couldn't win his way out of a paper bag. But if you want to talk about arm talent, Marino didn't have better arm talent. Nobody had better arm talent than Jeff George.
Jeff George. Y'all hear that from my guy, Coach Marv, man. I appreciate you so much for calling in, Coach. I appreciate you.
He couldn't win a game, Law. But, hey, Law, great job, man. And I'll probably be calling the rest of this week so we can talk about these Rams, man, and see what we need to do to beat these Rams. But great thing, man, and keep pushing the program. I'll be watching all tonight in the final word.
Let's go, man. Appreciate you, Coach Marv. Y'all, put your hands together for Coach Marv. That was a good call from him. Jeff George, y'all remember Jeff George, right? Jeff George. All right. Is it 346? You live?
Hey, what's up, man? It's Houston again.
Houston. What's good, man? Talk to me.
What's up with it, man? What's up, Cowboys fans, man, and Cowboys haters, if y'all out there? We doing the thing, man. We doing the thing, man. I'm glad Cooper Rush really picked up from the first game.
Right.
But hopefully we find a way, around this QB controversy, because if everyone trying to say Cooper Rush is the better guy right now, I wonder, in like some type of way, would it throw the offense game off once Dak come back? Like that type of stuff can kind of throw it off. It can also give him some firepower. Because those guys.
It's two ways, man. It can either inflate him or deflate him. Or if you got a competitive spirit in you, right, and somebody else been riding your stuff, I mean, you're going to fool around and say, nah, let me show you what I do, with mine. Or let me show you what I can do, It's just how it is. So we will find out, man, as far as Dak Prescott command of the team when he get back out there on the field. He should be that guy. From a perspective of what he's built of, but we'll find out, man.
Yeah, he like he's still a growing, he's still a growing quarterback. But that man Tom Brady, he's a bad man, at that position, and to go against that guy and to have so much comfort, with him as a Super Bowl and with anybody being a Buccaneers fan or Patriots before, even with the losses that Tom Brady came with, they kind of was still comfortable, with Tom Brady, and even in the games, even after the games and press conference and watching ESPN and NFL Network after the game when they're sitting and they're talking about the games. The Cowboys lose one game, we can win 4. Once we lose that one game, Stephen A. Smith always on us, and everybody else always on us. Oh, Dallas, here you go Dallas again. Here you go Dallas. I want to be one of those teams where we lose, we still feel confident in ourselves, that it's okay. And I don't feel that. I feel like sometimes when we lose, I feel like, oh, Lord, what else, what's next? And I have confidence in our boys. I really want them to win. I want them to do good this year. I really feel like they're going to do good. Cooper Rush, he's a good guy. I'm glad Jerry Jones putting him out there in the spotlight, letting him get his shine. That's good for him.
Yeah.
And, yeah, man, I just hope this year, man, we make it. I mean, it's our time.
You just got to get out there and make it happen, man. The media, the four-letter network, they're going to always do their job to create the division, get you unfocused or lack of focus on the reality of it. Some people, a lot of people miss the meat. Yeah, a lot of people miss the meat worrying about the potatoes. And right now, the meat of it is that we are 3-1 in this division, right? We rallied, our defense playing out of their mind. This team is not the same as 2016, no matter how they kind of try to put that out there. And the expectation, unfortunately, is to win the Super Bowl every year, And the Cowboys, and that's from the media aspects. Everybody got to have their the adversary or the antagonist, and it is what it is. The Cowboys versus the media, and we get the highest ratings. You know, so every topic this week is about the Cowboys, right? Every topic this month is about the Cowboys.
We in LA this week at 3:25 evening time Sunday,
right.
So
and,
it's gonna be a different environment.
And let me ask you this though, before I let you go, who won the Super Bowl last year?
Who won the Super Bowl?
Yeah, who won the Super Bowl last year?
Oh dang! Yeah. Well, are you serious?
Yeah.
I watched. Oh my God!
See, you can't even remember. But
the Rams won
the Ram won Super Bowl last year, and they were probably this is probably this week will be the only time they're going to be mentioning the Rams, right? They're going to be mentioning the Rams because they playing the Cowboys. I appreciate you so much for calling in, fam.
Appreciate it, man. Also, we need that Darren Bland.
Yeah.
If we start him this game, we'll be good. He had a pick, and he a rookie last week. He had a pick.
doubt.
If we start him,
you can get another.
Good, but he could be dangerous.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you, fam. Good call from him, man. But that's the reality of it. You know, you would think that the Cowboys was in the Super Bowl last year as much as they talk about the Dallas Cowboys year in and year out, right? They just not talking about the Rams and their loss and this and this and that and this, but they're gonna briefly talk about the Rams and they're gonna jump over here and talk about the Cowboys, right? All right, my guy Carl. This is from it's my Lokes. This is Lokes you 6972.
Buenos tardes, Law Nation.
What's good?
What
with
up,
you,
man? Good afternoon, man.
Yeah, what's good with you, man?
I'm just gonna give you two. Shout out to John Macy for this tweet. 195, 165, 169, 155. We have allowed 171 passing yards average in a passing league. And not only that, they're physical when it comes to the run. And when Kirsch comes back, you know he's hungry, Law. Seeing this young buck Wilson putting lickings harder than grandma gives you interrupting church service. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we know this D-line has been ranked up there in pressures and sacks. So any team we face have to scheme a hell of a perfect game to beat us. And the only team that was close to getting 20 points and was struggling Law was Tampa Bay. And that number has been decreasing since then. So to end my observation about this team is this. Don't rush Dak, because when he does come back, you better make sure this system is efficient and clean. When he does, meaning help your QB by being balanced of the offense and use the weapons and scheme to help him to be successful. And this quote, Law, I love this quote. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the results of 100 battles. Sun Tzu. And I love this quote because when you succeed, you're expecting to succeed, Law. And when you lose the battle, you know with your hard work and dedication, you'll get back up and come back with fire, like Daenerys lighting up those Lannisters. You know what I'm saying, Law?
Yeah.
So no matter a win or loss, I know my colors. I'm DC for life. But if you don't know football and you speak worse than those fiends and people I see in those train stations, then you better, lean a little forward, Law, and put that little sound clip. You know what I'm saying?
You already know.
Because Law will put you to school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All right, Law, that's all I have to say. Peace out.
Appreciate
you. Hey, Rams don't want us, bro. Rams don't want us. They already know. Peace.
Yes, indeed. Yes, that's a good call from him, man. Good call from my guy. Yeah. Yes, indeed, man. I love that. 510, you in.
What's up, man? This is your boy, Bro G from the Bay.
From the Bay. What's good with you, man?
Right. Man, how you doing this afternoon, man?
I can't complain, man. We rolling right on, man. We rolling.
Man, dude, I called in last week, man. I wanted to ask you one thing. Who is that song that you play, I Want to Run It Up?
Who sing? I've been trying to find it on Spotify, Pandora. I can't find it.
Rubber Band. Let me see if I can go to YouTube right now. We go to YouTube, and we're gonna.
That's the name of the rapper, Rubber Band.
Rubber Band. Yeah, it's NBHD Nick. Okay, Rubber Band, not Rubber Band Man. MEHD Rubber Bands. Yeah. They're gonna run it up. Here's the song. I'm gonna post it.
Please, man. I've been trying to find that song for like 2-3 weeks now, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna post it right here so that everybody, because everybody always asks me, man, Lord, man, who that song is, man? Who that song
it's probably because no one can find it like me.
Yeah, man. Let me see. I put around hold on, restream. Hold on, we gonna build a plane while it's in the air again. Hold on, bear with me, fam.
Yeah, well, what are you doing that, man? I just want to comment on the last week's game, Cowboys Commanders. Dude, it was almost like watching us play opposite with all the penalties that they had.
Mm-hmm.
Their penalties was for real. You know what I mean? When they call penalties on Cowboys, at least 5 or 6 of them are like frivolous penalties. Like, come on, man, you really gonna call that? But I couldn't. It was like watching a mirror image of us last year.
Yeah.
Would you say that? I think, man, it was kind of weird watching another team get so many penalties besides us.
Yeah, it was good. Like the drive extender penalties, and I think that whatever Jerry had to say to the commission over there in New York, they kind of probably made ends meet. You know, remember he was saying that he had to have a conversation with Roger Goodell, or he had to do some business work. And
I missed that.
Yeah, he had said that. And in that Giants game, we can all see that they was hoes in us, man. Literally. Like mauling Noah Brown 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
On that series there. So I think that was the situation and scenario. Yeah. But I think that it's good to see that other teams get hosed too by calls, even though those were warranted calls, right? Normally they let those things fly.
Yeah, they were warranted calls. Unlike us, they called some crazy penalties on us. I'm like, well, what'd you see, man?
Yeah. Because Tyler Smith, he did held at least 2 times for sure. I saw 3, but they should at least call 1 of them out of the 3. That's 45 yards, fam. Shoot. That's 15 yards per hole, man. Too. All right, cool, man. I like this type of lifestyle. Shoot. Save the quarterback.
Kind of show some love, man. That's good. We need those breaks sometimes.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you calling in from the Bay, though, fam.
For sure, man.
And I
really want to call to besides the Rubber Band, man. The Rubber Band song is man. Hopefully we on the collision course with the Niners, man. I want to run it back, man. I want to run that game back. Don't you, Law? Especially with your brother being a Niner fan. Don't you want to run that? I'm gonna call it right now. NFC Championship, Niners Cowboys.
I don't want to see the Niners, man. I said that I'm running away from them, but I don't want to see the Niners. They old news now, man. I want us to see another team. I don't want the psyche of the Cowboys versus the Niners, because I told my brother last time the Niners beat us in the playoffs, right? We won the Super Bowl. We won the Super Bowl the very next year. So if that could work out again, man, don't you know how crazy this would be? Come on, man.
No. All right, Law. You have a blessed day, brother, man. You keep doing what you're doing, man. We appreciate you, brother.
No doubt, man. Salute, bro. Yes, indeed.
All right.
Yeah, I don't want my brother to be crying all over the house. I want to face another team in the playoffs. I don't want to face the Niners again. I want it to be exactly how it was the last time. All right. And be sure to click that link at the top of the screen on my YouTube page to get that Rubber Band song, run it up, basically. From the 951, you're live.
Hello?
Yo, what's good?
Hey, what's up, Law?
What's good with you, man? Talk to me.
Hey, man. First, I want to say, man, I'm a big fan of your channel.
Appreciate you, bro.
Well, actually, me, my son, and my daughter, we are a big fan of your channel.
Appreciate y'all.
Oh, actually, I'm from California, man. We went out to Oxnard, California to watch the camp, man. And we were trying to look out for you, but I think you were on the other side of the bleachers.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But anyways, I just wanted to call and just, it still kind of hurts losing Cooper because, how effective he was, and he was our number 1 receiver and everything. But just seeing how the season is going, especially after Dak getting injured, it kind of like my mind is away from that, and I'm really excited for how the Cowboys have been playing. I've been a Cowboys fan for a long time,
right?
And I know I've been getting criticized. They criticize those Cowboys fans like we crazy, man. But that's okay, man. Like especially these Eagle fans, they always talking about we don't make the NFC Championship game, we don't go to the playoffs, and how many times have they won, and how many Super Bowls have they won?
Yeah, it's been 6 years since 2017 now. We're getting close to 6 years. How many years has it been since 2017? The years are stacking up on them too, so it's difficult.
Yeah.
It's difficult to get back to the Super Bowl, and I get it. They got their one Super Bowl. They want to run around and shake it, all of that good stuff. But it is what it is. They can shake all what they want about that one little ring, and we got one ring. But it's difficult to get back to it.
They can have that.
Yeah.
But I'm in Southern California, and I got to deal with all these Rams fans over here, or all these fake Rams fans over here.
Right.
But it feels good to know that our team is respectable, especially our pass rush. And that line over there, that line, oh man, that line gets me excited every time I see that guy on the field. That brings nothing but hope, man. But I think I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch, but I feel real good about the game. Matthew Stafford is an elite quarterback. I'm not worried about him leaving the pocket or anything like that. If we can contain him, play some type of man-to-man defense, and worry about that Cup guy over there, I think we should be okay, man. If Cooper Rush can play conservative, don't force anything, and just we need to at least get 30 run plays. Give it to Zeke, give it to Pollard. Don't do anything too much, and get these play actions going. I think we should be okay, man. I'm really looking forward to the game, man. I also want to just say thank you for all you do, man. I know it's a lot of hard work what you do for your channel, man, and I watch your channel every time after the game. All those good vibes, man. You get me dancing with the songs and all that, man.
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man, there was probably one more thing, man, I wanted to say before I let you go, man. How you feel about the game, man? You think that the Rams are they're gonna score all over us, man? Like I know they're gonna be at home.
I don't think they're gonna have the time for Stafford to get out of his releases. I think we take away his first read, and he's going to get antsy. He's going to try to throw the ball deep. It's going to be picked off. I think we can have the same game plan that the 49ers just exhibit. So we can do that. I think that it will be a good defensive game on the first starts. First quarter, second quarter, then we'll pull off again. Late third and fourth quarter, I think we'll pull off around that time. But I appreciate you so much, man. I thank you, man, for calling in. Maybe we'll meet up next Oxnard meeting. Mm-hmm.
For sure. Can I just say it one time?
Oh, yeah, say it one time for your boy.
How about them Cowboys?
Let's go, baby. Yes, indeed. That's my guy, man. All right. Last but not least, let me do this.
The conference has been locked.
We're going to let Gina close it out for your boy. Talk to me.
Hey, Long.
What's good with you?
Am I?
You own this right here.
No, I got so much to talk to you about, but I know I can't do it today. But what's going on with the Facebook group? I don't get your notifications anymore.
Yeah, you know what happened with Facebook? You know what happened with Facebook?
What?
The Illuminati got me in Facebook, baby. I'm in Facebook jail. No. I'm in jail over there, man. And they got me. I mentioned too much truth. I mentioned too much truth, and they came after me. I said, "God dog."
They can't handle truth, no.
I couldn't handle it. They said misinformation. I said misinformation. It was the conversation that I was talking about with the Pedialyte and and the coconut water. I said, all right, Facebook, they put me in jail. So they said that I get out of jail in Facebook in I got 8 more hours. That's what it says. 8 more hours.
8 more hours.
Yeah,
well, that ain't gonna keep me from the law. That ain't gonna keep me from the law. They don't know, do they?
They don't know, man. Somebody reported me. I said, no, why are you going to report me? Misinformation. They got hit with the truth. The fact checkers.
Can't stand to see you successful.
They couldn't stand me, man. And I said, okay. I tried to appeal it, but they said no, due to the information that you said about this and that.
You know what, Law?
We
That's
banned you.
hey, look. You got so much love, especially coming from me. You got so much love, my brother. You don't even worry about it. You got so much. People can't handle the truth. And the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
Look. Law, let me tell you something. I had to do the same thing. I was in a Zoom meet one day. I was trying to educate some people on some things. And I guess they didn't like the fact that I was talking so professional. One lady, she couldn't see me, but she could hear me.
Right.
And she said I was a white woman because I was talking so professional.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I said, no, I'm not white. I'm every bit of black. I'm every bit of that. So, people, they're gonna hate.
Let me hear your professional voice just for a quick second. Let me hear what you sound like.
Just for a quick second. Okay, you are now listening to Law Nation. We are bringing you the best information on every level. And if you can't stand the bright light, then I suggest you pull out a pair of sunglasses.
Okay, I hear you. Okay, they hated on you. Okay, wow.
They said her tone. They said her tone, Law. My tone was very professional, and but you know what? You can't let that get in the way of the ability that God has given you.
Yeah.
See, God has given you ability that a lot of people don't understand. Okay? And when He's giving you something, it's not for them to understand. Because the word says His ways are not your ways, His thoughts are not your thoughts. So they're not going to understand.
Yeah, they'll never understand.
They'll never understand it. But you keep doing what you're doing, because you're going to have a whole lot of people out there. They're following you just to see your success. But they don't like you, but they're just following just to see your success.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And they
I
want
appreciate
to see every move you make. Yeah, just know that. Yeah, you're going places. You're doing things.
That's what it was. I had too much of influence over a certain topic, dealing with this C-19 and the coal stuff, And I tell people all the time that like certain platforms, they would send me information saying, "Hey man, you can't talk about that now. Come on, man. We roll with you until you start talking about this stuff, So I try to stay away from it, but it is what it is. Yeah,
you do
but
have a lot.
I will be back though. I will be back though, and I told him I won't do it again.
I said, what is going on? I said, well, let me jump over to YouTube and see. So you're gonna be back in about 8 hours.
It says for 3 days. They hit me up on October the 1st. So how many days? What's today's? Is October? It'll be sometime tonight, but I ain't finna just go live again tonight. But for my Facebook people, I am able to upload, right? You can see some content there, some photos and stuff.
Right.
But it is what it is. We having a conversation now, everybody. It's just what it is.
I get it.
Yeah,
and
it's not. Yeah. What'd you say?
I said, like the song say, Law, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. So it is what it is.
I don't care where you go. I don't care where you go, what platform you go on. I'm gonna follow you, Gina. Your big sis gonna be here.
Yes,
so
it don't matter.
But yeah, it happens, and I get it. I really do. Honestly, I get it because it's happened to me on so many levels. It has happened to me.
Yeah.
And but Mama told me it'd be days like this, didn't she, Law?
Yeah, Mama said. That what Mama said.
Mama said. Okay.
Eat your vegetables and fruits, or since they don't like me talking about that, Well, eat your candy bars, your Snickers, man. Eat your Twix. You know what I'm saying? Eat you some sucrose and some sugar in you, man. Sugar is good, you know.
Exactly. But I had to, I said, let me call my brother and find out what in the world is going on.
Look, you can't talk certain things on certain platforms,
right.
but it is what it is. I appreciate you so much.
Yeah. We gonna get this in Sunday, right?
We're gonna get it in Sunday. We're gonna be crunk.
Yeah.
We're gonna be really about it, and make sure y'all do your Hennessy, your drinks. Stay away from coconut water because you know that is too that is too pure for you. You know, don't keep yourself above and keep yourself in an alkaline rhythm there. Don't keep your vibrations going. Make sure you do all of that. You know, a pack of Newports will do good for you.
Your girl is just gonna have her like a nice glass of wine.
Yeah.
That keeps me. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Just a nice. See, I can't take that heavy stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I can take. See, I'm not. You know, I can't do that. I can't take that heavy stuff. I may do something I regret.
Yeah. Yes.
So yeah, I gotta stay in my lane. You know, they tell you to stay in your lane.
Yes, indeed. I appreciate you so much, Gina. Thank you for calling in. But let me hear you say it though. That's what I'm talking about. That's my girl, Gina. You know, she was the last caller of the day. I really appreciate y'all so much, man, for sticking with me, rolling with me. The Facebook, I got a notification about misinformation, and I apologize if I led anyone astray about coconut water versus Pedialyte and any alkaline food that you may eat to preserve yourself. And do what you got to do, you know. But if you think, consult to your doctor, you know, on any health information, and that's how things goes. But you can smoke your pack of Newports to drink in, but you can't drink the alkaline stuff, you know. It's just how it goes. You know, the society in this world today is just different. And everybody want to be right. And even if from your opinions, if you're giving legal advice, just make sure to tell people, or if you're giving medical advice, make sure you put disclaimers out there. Consult with your doctor or lawyer, right? And if you have any gambling issues, be sure to reach out to 1-800 Gambling Society or what have you, to help you out with those type of things on these platforms, because I don't mean to sully or denigrate anybody's thoughts on it, but it's only for 8 hours. It's not a ban or what have you. It's just their policies, and you got TOSs out there, terms of services, in anything that you do, right? So just make sure you fall within the guidelines, the community guidelines. And that's even for the people that's posting here on this channel. Just fall within the community guidelines, you know. If you swear a lot, you know, just try to use other words like bull sugar and any variations of such, right? But the Dallas Cowboys, appreciate you, Pete. Shout out to you, Sadiqua. Shout out to you, Gina. Thank you, Paul Smith. Oh, you got a super chat, Paul. Appreciate you so much. Boom. Paul says, shout out to you for the $10 super chat. LVE runs to the blocker instead of to the ball carrier. He has no instinct, period. He ain't lying. I'm sitting there like, man, here's the truth right here. The whole aspect of what he just said is the truth, you know. I think LVE, his size, he got that. He's not the fastest of the fastest linebacker. I can see where he's trying to go with it. Maybe it's a little delayed there. And watch, the moment we beating up on LVE this coming Sunday, he will have a pick six or he'll have an interception. Watch, it's just how it goes, man. I'm wrong, man. I'm wrong. I'm more wrong than I'm right. I'm wrong on Noah. I was wrong on Cooper Rush. I was wrong on Anthony Brown all last year. Come on, baby. So let me continue to be wrong on these guys. Come on, man. Somebody else I'm leaving out. Maybe it was Brett Maher or somebody. I don't know. I was rooting for Brett. But shout out to you, Below the Heavens. He says, can Bland play on the outside? Yeah. Bland is a hell of a DB on the outside. Yeah. FBI, open up! I see you, Small, man. Appreciate you. But all is well, Cowboy Nation. Be sure to check me out on multiple outlets like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, as well as Roku devices and Amazon. We will be live on those platforms, so check us out there. And let's go, Cowboy Nation. The name is Law to the Nation, baby. And you know I got to leave y'all with some good stuff. You know, a prize fighter continue to swing even when he's down. You know, even when he's down, he know that it's one punch that I can swing and hit somebody in the jaw and win the battle. They say the battle is not to the strong nor the mighty. You just got to endure it. And we got to do that. We got to continue to fight, Cowboy Nation. 3-1. And being in this division also, we see where we at. We not that far off. But we can't get happy about this moment. No, we can't. We got to understand that nothing is done right now. The journey and the step of 1,000 miles begin with one footstep. And we only have 4 for right now. There's a long way, shout out to you, Lisa, that we have to go through. As the stars shining on me right now, the truth should be to you guys' ears to never give up, even on your dreams, your goals, your inspirations. Shout out to the caller who said, man, I was in Oxnard, but Law, you was on the other side. I believe that his vibrational energy of positive thoughts about me gave me an extra push throughout that day when I was out there in the sun capturing clips so that you guys can enjoy. That is the reality of it. Shout out to you again, Gina. Shout out to my guy Choctaw, Anthony. Appreciate everybody. So as y'all hit that like button and share this content, write this down. When you're up against the struggles, meet it squarely face to face, lift your chin, set your shoulders, plant your feet and take a brace. When it's vain to try to dodge it, do the best that you can do. That's remarkable, Cowboy Nation. Here's what it says from here. Black may be the clouds about you, and your future may seem grim. But don't let your nerve desert you. Keep yourself in fighting trim. Its work is bound to happen in spite of all that you do. Remember, running from it will not save you. See it through. See it through. Even hope may seem but futile, then with troubles may be beset. Remember, you're facing what other legends have met. Come on, Roger Staubach. Come on, Troy Aikman, Emmett, the playmaker, the sweat that's coming off of his face. See it through. See it through, Cowboy Nation. That's been my time. I really thank you all. Please write this down. It's the people departed, leaving before I give you guys these thoughts. How bad do you want it? Right? Tell me now that mournful numbers, life is but an empty dream, for a soul is dead that slumbers and things are not what they seem. The life is real and the life is earnest and the grave is not his goal. Dust thy art, to dust returneth was not even spoken of the soul. In his broad fields of battle and bivions of life, be not like a dumb-driven cattle, but be a hero. Somebody right now is a hero in the strife. Lives of great men all remind us we can live our lives sublime and departing, leave behind us footprints in the mighty sands of time. And baby, I'm telling you, I can count the sands. Let's go. DC for life. We about. See y'all on the next home game, Cowboys Experience. Let's run it up, baby.
just wanna run it up. Count a check or something. I've been really in the field, let up, yeah.
Tonight, the final word. Come on.
I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel lately.
I just wanna run
it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to
Shout out to you, Sadiq, with Paul. Below the Heavens. Appreciate y'all so much for this long episode. I do it because of the love, the silver, the blue.
Count that too, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it up.
Come on.
Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change.
Roll these credits once again. Yeah.
Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play.
Put some fire in the chat, baby. Yeah. Come.
I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Red.
Who belong?
I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty.
Loyalty.
Used to size up for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it.
Come on.
Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this.
Nothing.
Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel lately.
Let me let one of the greatest motivational speakers of all time get in on this. You gonna get in? Come on. Let me get in this.
You think you the only one? You think you special? You think your pain is worse than my pain? Some of you though, you let your pain punk you. You let your pain punk you. You let your pain make you quit. You think you the only one go. You think cause I got money and I'm the #1 motivational speaker that all my pain gone? Stop letting your pain punk you. We all go through it. You think you the only one?
Let's get it, baby. Come on. Run it, baby.
Don't need no deals, I make the deal. I have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah.
Come on.
Kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Let's listen to my guy again, man.
The reason why you let people get away with stuff because you ain't paid for it. And when you don't pay for it, it don't mean nothing to you. When you start paying for stuff, oh, it means something different to you. When you start paying for stuff, somebody said we in America, everybody should go to school for college for free. I'm like, I feel you, but I don't know about that.
Right.
I don't know if I want to pay for somebody to go to school. Not because I don't want to pay for them to go to school, but sometimes when people get stuff for free, they don't treat it the same. When it ain't they sweat, and it ain't they blood, and it ain't they tears, they treat it differently.
Yeah.
So if I knew a kid was gonna go to school and take it serious with the money I gave, I don't have a problem with it. But I see you skipping school because you ain't paying for it. The reason why you let people
Let's get it, baby. Oh my gosh, man. That dude, man, he can listen to him all day. Let me get back to him one more time.
We all go through it. You
Let's
think
get
you
it.
the only one? You think you special? You think your pain is worse than my pain? Some of you though, you let your pain punk you.
Don't let it
You
do
let
that to
your
you.
pain punk you. You let your pain make you quit. You think you the only one go. You think cause I got money and I'm the #1 motivational speaker that all my pain gone? Stop letting your pain punk you.
Let's get it, baby. Let's get it, baby. We about one love. See y'all tomorrow. Oh, see y'all a little later on tonight on The Final Word. As we bounce with it, baby. Come on. Come on. Boom.
Take a drag of my cigarette. Breathe me out, breathe you in.
Again.
Yeah. Take a bite of my burger, babe. Save the last bite for you. For you. Ooh. Don't let the street lights hit you all alone. You know it's dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I be your player too? I'll follow wherever you go, whatever you do. Player too. Something
get with the mic too.
So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on. I was born in it. Fly on.
You could not live with your own failure.